Came from two parents, so of course I was a mama's boy. And when I lost my mother, I really didn't know what I wanted to do. And that was the beginning of my trauma. I excelled at football. And so as a child, that was a way for me to work out some of the aggression that I had. When I lost my mother, it was kind of like, who do I talk to now? And so I started to get in a little trouble. And the summer of 1990, I moved to Chicago, Illinois, and my grandfather was a successful entrepreneur. He has a fruit business, and I was selling fruit. Grandfather always told me, if somebody's really hungry, give them some food. And a gentleman came and was like, can I have something to eat? And I said, sure. And I gave him a plum, and he said, I'll give you a cigarette. And that was my first introduction to tobacco. That's where the addiction started. And then I got introduced to marijuana and alcohol. That Chicago, it was just so fast paced and everybody was doing it. It wasn't really, peer pressure. It was just like, you don't drink, you don't get high, you don't smoke. No, I don't. And then when I did, I did. I was dealing with the loss of my mother and I didn't know how to handle it. And I became addicted to it. When I came back to Oklahoma, none of my friends were really smoking weed, and so I had to seek it out. And then when I found it, I found it. It was just a downhill slope. When the PCP hit the scene in Oklahoma, it was like a train wreck. I didn't do it to an excess, but I was introduced, and that was the worst thing I could have ever done in my life. I played football at Mount St. Marion High School, and I had the opportunity to play football at Oklahoma State University. I was a really good athlete, but I lost my opportunity to play football. I didn't know what I was going to do, so I started to work at a call center job. I was a good father, I was a good husband, I thought, but I was smoking marijuana, dabbled with PCP. I was a mess. I had the opportunity to either go to prison for 11 years or drug court. And I was offered drug court and I took it. Originally, it was tough because I was deep into my addiction. I had a lot of sanctions, a lot of setbacks because I didn't want to stop using. When I got pulled over in Logan County, it got me on a deferred sentence. So I was on probation. Then I got pulled over again. I was going to make a drug deal, got arrested for violation of probation. And I went to prison for 11 months. I had 9 suspended, and I stayed clean. I did really good. I excelled because I wasn't in active addiction at the time. I was just selling drugs. I wasn't really using them. So now I have this criminal record. And so when I got out of prison, I went to labor ready and I worked construction for several months. And then I opened up my own construction company and I did that for 17 years. At that point, my children were in middle school. I was still smoking weed, still selling drugs, still working, dealing with, I'm not Superman. I can't handle everything. I can't balance all these plates. I can't continue to do this. And so mentally it started affecting me. So I wanted to numb that. And of course, that PCP definitely is a hallucinogen and it will change your reality. And that's what I went to. Mentally, it just tore me up because I wasn't the person everything hit the fan. Yeah, you're doing construction. Yeah, you take care of your family, but something is going on. It was really traumatizing to my daughter because she found me overdosed. I just didn't know what to do. I was at a loss, and I just kept getting high, kept lying, kept manipulating. And so all I could do to escape reality was to get intoxicated. When my daughter found me that day, everybody knew, and I just spiraled. I developed a habit and started having car accidents, DUIs, possession, everything that comes with drug addiction. I was a part of it. I didn't realize how damaging it was. Just to look on my wife's face, she was done, and I had totally lost the trust of my family, and my wife had been stuck with me since 1997, and now here it is, 2017. And she told me, if you have another relapse, you got to leave this house. And mind you, I'm already pled in the drug court. I was still in phase 1 of the drug court when I had this car accident. I decided to get clean. And after that first phase 1 of treatment court, I saw a guy at drug court. I was getting ready to go pay my fees. I said, how long have you been in drug court? He's like, I've been in drug court for 3 years and I'm in phase 3. And I was in phase 1, still messing up, failing UAs. And from that point forward, never again. I mean, I wasn't gonna do it. I wasn't gonna put my family through that. Took me a little bit of time to get everything under control. Once I got to phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, aftercare, no hiccups. So while in treatment court, I was praying like, Lord, what can I do with myself? And really good friend of mine, now a good friend of mine, was my PRSS. And she was feeling under the weather, and she asked me, could I teach a class? And so I said, sure, I'll do it. She said, Reggie, you did a really good job. You should look into this. And I decided, okay, I'm gonna get certified. I got certified through the state of Oklahoma, and I hit the ground running. I worked inpatient treatment, and I love to help people. And in a position with the state of Oklahoma opened up to train to get certified to become a peer. They gave me an opportunity, and everything that I poured into my clients when I work direct care, I pour into the people that I help get certified. But I also really advocate that it is possible for me to come from where I was at, that even all the stuff I put them through, that you can rebuild those bonds. So I share it as much as people will allow me to. And now I've been doing that for 2 years in the May, and certifying people to help battle through addiction, and that's where I'm at right now.